Hello again, YouTube, and welcome back. I suppose you should be welcoming me back, as I have been away for some time. Reason for that is very simple. I was sick, and my voice sounded like shit, so I didn't record for a while, and then I got busy with a bunch of midterm exams, and could not dedicate the time to record. But I have some time this evening, so we're going to do an episode or two of Pokemon Reborn. Um, so, uh, where we left off last time, we had gotten defeated by the Team Meteor, and we're going to do a little bit of training before we go and battle them again, because some of our team is a bit under-leveled. Now, I did a little thinking, and I think we want to make some alterations to the team. They had a lot of grass types, so I'm thinking maybe we should just switch out some of our party with that in mind. One thing I had in mind for this was that we would go, because I know where I can get an additional fire type Pokemon. So we're gonna first make our way back to the casino. And I'm going to see about winning us a Slugma. But we'll have to battle our way there. Oh, Leaf Guard prevents paralysis, okay. So just Thunder Crack it. Yeah, okay, this isn't gonna work. Send in Muffin. Oh, we can't switch out because of bind? Oh well, now we're in a bind, aren't we? Card doesn't work in the electric train. Okay. Thunder Shock. Boosted by electric train. Still nothing, of course. Growth. This is getting bad. Poison. And we're not bound anymore. So quickly switch in Muffin here. Poison, great. More of that. Please. Hit with Ember. Dead Tangela. Alright. Going too fast with the... And... out of here. Okay. So, yeah. So I'm thinking we're going to switch Rocky out of the team because he didn't do anything for us in our first attempt. He was the last Pokemon that we had. He obviously couldn't do anything against the Tangrowth, and I don't really see any point in the battle when I would have wanted to use him first. So I think we're going to switch him out in favor of another fire type, which is going to be this Slugma. The question is, I don't actually know what level the... another police officer, didn't we? How many are left? Only one more to find. Great. I don't know what level the Slugma will be after we purchase it. But it's probably going to be low because we could have done this before the grass gym. So it's at least going to be under-leveled for this. But it should also be very quick to level up in the forest. Lots of grass and bugs for it to hit super effectively with whatever fire attacks Slugma starts off the game knowing. I don't actually know it, or starts off at whatever levels it would be. I don't actually know what moves those are, but I'm sure it will at least have Ember or something. And to the game corner. Now, I played a little bit off screen just to see like how to reteach myself how Voltorb Flip worked, but I don't believe. What am I at? 243, and I need 800 coins. Well, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna speed up this video for you, so you guys don't need to worry about watching me play Voltorb Flip, except in QuickTime. So, for you guys, this should just take about a minute. For me, it'll take a little bit longer. Okay, so, as it turns out I am so dang professional that I completely forgot to unmute my microphone after playing the Voltorb Flip game. So, I am now narrating this over the pre-recorded video. As you can see there, we went and we got our Slugma, and we named it Flippy. Because of all the Voltorb flipping that we had to play in order to unlock it. Anyway, so yes, this will just have to be my narration separate from the recording. I'm very sorry about this, as it's going to be a little awkward, but yes. So that is, so right here we see I am going and looking into the box. I was very pleasantly surprised to see that Flippy would start at level 20. I was expecting something more like level 5 and have to do a lot more grinding than it appears that we actually have to do. So there I am just flipping through the stats and looking at the moves. It's got Incinerate, which is pretty good, 60 base power, 100% accuracy, destroys any berries that the opponent is holding, which, due to the general higher level of difficulty in Pokemon Reborn compared to the mainline real games, might actually come up as being useful in some boss fight. And even if not, it's at least better than Ember. Anyway, so yeah, so we took Rocky out of the party based on the memory. I was having a lot of hard time remembering exactly what the Team Meteor had, but I knew there were several grass types, and that we never really had a chance to use Rocky to any effect in the first attempt. So I took Rocky out of the team. And in a moment here, I believe I'm also going to take Wooly, the Fluffy, out, and we're going to switch it out for Plus Ultra. We flip back and forth here, hesitating between the decision to do Plus Ultra or Midnight Oil or Neubat. And here we're actually going to be here when I was recording this. I was thinking about switching Midnight Oil out as well with the Maxi or Deerling or someone else, but I ultimately am going to make the decision not to do that. And here I am just checking all the moves. At this point, I believe I remembered that there was an Espeon and an Umbreon, and I'm just going through my moves and trying to come up with something for a plan for that. And I was looking there. I was looking at Disarming Voice because it's like a fairy type attack, and I was comparing it to Psyshock and other options. And going into Neubat, I look at for like something to deal with the Espeon, and I look at Bite, but I dismiss the idea because of Neubat being primarily a special attacker. One thing that I think I did talk about earlier when I was actually recording this, but obviously that was lost. Flippy, our Slugma, has the ability Weak Armor as their ability, which is not really an ability I would have chosen, but I was unaware that I would have rather had Flame Body, which is the other thing that Slugma can have. But Weak Armor, how Weak Armor works is if you take a physical hit, that is something, an attack like Scratch or Tackle or Mach Punch or anything that has a direct contact physical move like that, it reduces your defense and sharply raises your speed. So it's -1 stage defense plus 2 stages speed, which is not bad if you have enough speed to benefit from that, because 2 plus 2 stages of speed, that doubles your speed stat, which would be really great if that then makes you faster than your opponent. It can make a difference, but Slugma is so slow, hence it is a slug. It is slow. It is not. Slugs are not known for speed, so doubling something that's very small does not give you a very large number. Anyway, at this point, we are heading back into the forest area with the intent of doing a little bit of grinding. So that was us just defeating a Pidgey real fast with Rock Throw. And trying to run back through the twisting tangles. The best part, I think, about beating Team Meteor here will just be that all these twisting vines will be out of our way. It's so frustrating trying to, because you're trying to move quick, so you want to use the press Alt for double speed, but then you just get caught on everything and can't maneuver, and it's a pain in the butt. Anyway, now we're gotten into the forest area, and we're just going to do a bit of grinding here. So around this point in the original recording, I started. I was pulling out my phone at the same time and doing a little bit of googling to try and check on a few facts about Slugma and Slugma's growth for the purposes of sort of getting a goal for how much grinding I actually wanted to do. Like the first thing I discovered was that it's going to learn Ancient Power just at like the next level, level 22. And so that was obviously a goal. I talked here in the original video about the difference between Ancient Power and Rock Throw. I guess I can go over that again. Basically, Ancient Power is a rock type attack, but it's special as opposed to physical, which means it uses a special attack stat, which is much better on Slugma than its physical attack. And it has 60 base power, which I think is slightly higher than Rock Throw. I think Rock Throw has like a 50 or a 55. But it has it also has better accuracy and has a small chance of raising all of your stats. So it's overall a much better move for Slugma than Rock Throw. So we aim first to do that. Second, he does have access to a fire attack that at level, I believe it was 27, that would have been better than Incinerate, at least in terms of damage. So we were considering going so far as to raise him up to level 27, which would put him about at the same level as the rest of our team, and give him access to the move Flame Burst, which is 100 accuracy, 70 power, and I think it hits both targets. So that would the thinking being that would be good for us in the double battle. Anyway, so there we just went and healed up a little bit at the resting place, and then we come back out here and we get instantly killed by this Ariados, if I remember correctly. I was distracted for a moment there. I was resetting my timer, I believe, and I wasn't really paying attention, so I didn't notice at the time why this Ariados killed us so fast. But now that I'm watching, I can see, yeah, because Fury Swipes hits multiple times, but between each hit, our weak armor was triggering, which was sending our speed into the stratosphere, but lowering our defense for each follow-up, which is why we took so much damage from that Fury Swipes. I was distracted and just kind of clicking through it, so I didn't notice it at the time, and I think we're actually going to go and make that mistake all over again in just a minute. But, killing the Ariados is not a problem. Muffin wanted to learn Lucky Chant, which is it's kind of like Light Screen or Reflect in that it buffs your entire team, if I remember correctly. But instead of being defense or special defense, it is crit chance. And I suppose that could be good, but it would almost never be worth the move action that could have been used for something else, so we didn't learn it. Anyway, then after resting, we come right back out and incinerate this poor Paris with ×4 burning damage. We learn Ancient Power, as we discussed before, and yeah, we compare Rock Throw to Ancient Power again real quick. The only downside of Ancient Power is that 5 power points. You can't use it very often. Maybe we'll find maybe the department store will let us buy PP ups or something. If we keep using Slugma in the long run. Probably won't, because we'll probably don't need 2 different fire types. Yeah, who knows. We did also, while we were looking up on our phone, look to see like at what level Slugma evolves. It's level 38, so that's outside of our range for grinding for this purpose, because that would put them at too high of level. And would just take forever to grind up to level 36 on these level 23 Tanglers or whatever. Yeah, I believe this, so this Tangela, we just take it out real quick here. And head back for another healing. Okay, so at this point, I believe that we are at the point in the recording where I decide to use, to end the episode on kind of a bang with doing a rematch against Team Meteor. In the original video, I was pretty confident that, we're not going to win. The purpose of this battle is not so much to defeat our opponent, but just to do like scouting against them, because it had been so long since I recorded, I couldn't remember their team or their moves clearly. So I used a repel, and then we headed out into the grass. And here we're going to get into a random battle, because I forgot simply that repels only work if you're higher level than the random encounters, which Flippy is not. But this is not a problem. We're just going to incinerate this Paris with a single blow. I told myself that I was going to use a potion on Flippy after that, so he'd be at full health, but I forget. And I just put Butterfree in the front and head out Butterfree so that we do not have any more random encounters. And we have to cut through a bunch of trees again. Cut through that, walk past this Meteor Man, cut that tree, and then we just have to head down this way, cut through this tree, and as you can see, the pulse machine is down there. We save the game real quick, and then we go down here. Now, of course, we've seen all this conversation before. If you don't remember, go watch the previous episode. We click through it real fast. Blah, blah, blah. Gym leader over there fighting them. 2 of them fight us. They send out Glaceon and execute. We lead with Stinky and Flippy. So at this point, I was kind of... I wasn't quite sure what to do. I wasn't entirely happy with this matchup because I knew that Stinky was not going to fancy an Icy Wind. I was going to have him attack, but then I changed my mind at the last moment, backed up, and we're going to switch Muffin in instead, because Muffin is the best choice to tank an Icy Wind. And Flippy is just going to incinerate, I believe, the Glaceon. Glaceon used Icy Wind, would have hit Stinky, but instead it's going to hit Muffin, not very effectively. Speed drops. Oh, right, and of course, Icy Wind hits both of us, which did a surprising amount of damage to Flippy, actually. And Execute seeds Flippy with some seeds. Not very good for us at all. But we incinerate the Glaceon and are disappointed about the damage. Hit the Execute, almost kill it. As you can see, it seems Incinerate does hit both targets, which is very good for us. So, and Muffin's coming in, and Muffin's going to Flame Charge Glaceon to kind of counteract the speed drop from last turn, and the speed drop he just got again from this Icy Wind. And Flippy goes down. completely useless to our greater efforts. Flame Charge goes. Really hurts the Glaceon, but still not enough. Speed rose, but we're still slower. Execute hits us with a Bullet Seed, which we resist, so it doesn't do too much damage to us overall, but it's still whittling us down. At this point, I wasn't really sure what move to make. Everything seemed wrong. I didn't really feel like I had a good, strong counter for this. So I send him plus Ultra just because, power. And I Ember the Glaceon, just wanting it to go away. And plus Ultra uses Charge Beam on the Glaceon as well. Fortunately for us, plus Ultra is faster. Yes, kills it before we get hit with another Icy Wind. Then Muffin comes in and Embers, execute, crits. I don't know if that crit mattered, but I'll take it. And now they're both down. And now this match is swung in our favor a little bit. We're down 1, they're down 2, so that's pretty good. Then, of course, the Chatot and the Espeon come out. And I wasn't quite sure what to do. I start with Psybeaming the Chatot, and I Psyshock the Espeon. This is a mistake. I figured Espeon would have very high special defense, but less high regular attacks or regular defense. So Psyshock would be good, and I crit it, but it resists it. I simply forgot that Psychic type resists itself. Anyway, Chatter comes in, confuses Muffin. Muffin is not having a good day, but Muffin attacks through the confusion with a Psybeam on the Chatot, crits it, does like 3/4 of its health. Very good. Very good. So we come in, I order a Psybeam on the Chatot, and I don't remember what Plus Ultra does. What did I tell Plus Ultra to do? Seems I took my time to decide. Oh, I believe I was weighing the options on attacking the Espeon. Yeah, so here I am comparing. The Psyshock does 80, but it's halved because it's resisted. Siren Voice does 40, but doesn't get stabbed. Charge Beam does 50, but is neutral and has a chance to raise the special attack. So that's what I believe No, I decided to light screen in order to try and just keep alive and help us in the long run. And that would have been great because we survived the Psybeam, but then the Chatter kills us. If they hadn't doubled on Muffin, that light screen probably would have saved him another turn. At this point, I believe Stinky comes in. And Stinky's going to be a hero here. And Silver Wind away that Espeon. And Plus Ultra's going to Charge Beam the Chatot. Which obviously, since Chatot is Flying type, that's super effective. It's going to go down. And look at the luck. We get a super attack boost. And Stinky levels up just in time to use that newfound special attack to Silver Wind the Espeon. Crits. I don't think that crit mattered. Super effective, and it goes down. Sadly, no big stat boosts for Stinky. Now the last two enemies come out, Umbreon and Tangrowth. So, how did I solve this? Stinky was going to use Silver Wind, obviously. But which target? Tangrowth uses Plus to reacting to the Pulse Machine, transforms into its mutant form. We crit it. That crit may have been big for us, but we still have most of our team left. And then we hit the Umbreon super effectively with the Silver Wind, but it only does maybe a quarter. That just shows how bulky Umbreons are. But even with super effective hit, we still didn't do very much. Probably going to be like a 3-hit KO. So we hit him with another Silver Wind and another Psyshock on the Tangrowth. But then I think we changed our mind and decided to instead Silver Wind Tangrowth and just double down, because if we could do it so it was just the Umbreon left, that would be easier. We crit it again. I don't think that really matters because Stinky is still faster than the Umbreon. But yeah, so we hit the Umbreon with that Silver Wind since the other target was gone. Plus Ultra goes down to a feint attack, which is not really a problem for us. And then Baby Doll comes out. And we just Silver Wind the Umbreon. I queued up Baby Doll to do Perish Song just in case some Max Potion trickery happens or something like that. But it wasn't needed. Stinky takes it out, and we win the battle. We defeat the Admin Zell and Admin Taka. And I guess I'll redo their dialogue here after this, since, yeah. Well, that's not good. I believe I'm still talking at this point. The pulse has been deactivated. There is no longer any purpose in defending this location. In that case, I'm just gonna make myself scarce. You coming? I guess so. And so they just run away. Crobat, return. Hey, wait, where are you going? Salmonance, return. Yep. So at this point, this is where we're going to end the episode. We save our game real quick, and yeah, this is the end of this episode. I'm sorry about losing the audio and having to record it like this, but next time we'll chase that girl down and see what we can do. Thank you all for watching. Tune in next time.